Some interesting stuff coming out 11.1.7 is that there's tons of transmog to be had, and we're going to get into some of that, as well as a potential change in the meta. Some new DPS charts coming out showing some new risers and fallers, I should say, and some interesting stuff coming out of the new changes that came out this week. So here we go. 11.1.7. We know already that the new greedy Emissary is coming back. If you guys remember, this was the whole thing where the goblin would come out, get summoned, and then everyone would beat the shit out of it and try to get the loot. Well, there are new loot rewards to be had from this greedy emissary, including a new mount. That's right. So just yesterday, we already got the news that those new tier set recolors that we saw not too long ago, those will be coming from this event. So we got some like red colorways of our tier 2 sets. Killing the greedy emissary will give you a way to get those. But we just found out this morning that Tyrael's Charger is coming back in a golden recolor. That's right. I mean, Paladins rejoice. If you're not going to try to get this mount, I don't know what kind of mount you want in this game. So we've seen this thing data mined, and it's known as Anarius's mount. That was like the data mine folder of it. So this whole thing being attached to this event is pretty guaranteed at this point. And it is a golden recolor of it. I mean, this is absolutely glorious. Yeah, Paladins will be all over this shit. My Paladin's cock is rock hard on this mount. Yeah, it should be. It should be. This is a very good Paladin mount. And, of course, anybody else who plays any other class is going to want to get it, too. If you remember, the Greedy Emissary was pretty rare when it came to dropping its mount last time. So I'm sure this will be a pretty rare drop. But getting it, will just require you to always show up to Orgrimmar, Stormwind, Dornagal, or other locations in Undermine, I believe was the way they described it, to make sure you kill this thing. So it should be a fun event and a cool mount to be had. Guess what, all you Gen Xers out there? You guys love wearing sweats everywhere you go? Well, now you're going to be able to wear sweats in-game. That's right. We got sweatsuits coming to the game, guys. Full-on sweatsuits, full-on basically hoodie with the pocket in the front. I mean, there is no hoodie on this thing. That would make it pretty cool. But there's sweats, guys, sweats in game. I mean, who doesn't want to, you could be a sweaty player and wear sweats at the same time. Now, of course, the gray colorway is going to be the most provocative one to wear. That's going to be the one a lot of people are going to want to get. How we get these yet, I'm not sure. But there are tons of colors to be had from this thing. Probably some of them will show up on the trading post as well. Here's some more gray colorways, of course. Endless colors, endless possibilities. Yeah. Fuck the armor, just wear sweats. And there is a little hoodie, I guess. You could consider this little raincoat here as a hoodie. Oh, this one right here. I mean, if you get a red balloon, you can RP as the little boy from It. That'd be pretty cool. Nice little transmogs here. Tons of transmogs to be had out of 11.1.7. Also, if you're a hunter, maybe more particularly a night elf hunter, and you want to RP as your favorite night elf queen Tyrande, well, there's a glyph coming out in 11.1.7 that's going to allow you to turn your spotted eagle into an owl. That's right. RP is your favorite Tyrande, and run through the forests of what's it called, Cheldrassil and everything else with an owl beside you. That's right. So this is a pretty little cool. It's a cool little thing for hunters. Just thought I'd mention it. Okay, the meta. The meta, we talk about it, we hate it, we love it, but it's changing. It looks like it, at least. This is the first week that we're seeing somebody else showing up at the bottom end, or I should say the top end of this meta. Looking at a plus 20, the key that none of you fuckboys are doing in chat right now. Holy Paladin. Making an incursion on Disciplined Priest. That's right. So for a while, this expansion so far, or this season, I should say, we've seen Vengeance Demon Hunter, Balanced Druid, Unholy Decay, Disciplined Priest, and Arcane Mage as the top boys. Well, Holy Paladin finally making a little push here. Yeah, Paladins Unite. It's a Paladin's Day. I don't know, the mount, the Charger mount and everything else. They're having a good time. 5%, which is just 2 of 40. Mythic plus 20s, we saw Holy Paladin showing up in the meta here. Now, of course, the meta, changes up. The lower you go, really the number one key being run right now is plus 10s. That's the one that most people are doing. We see a much more variation here, and Holy Paladin also showing up here. A bunch of Hunter classes, Arms Warrior, Warlocks, a bunch of Monk classes as well. So there's a much more variety at the plus 10 level. But yeah, looking at the meta, Holy Paladin making some slight, pushes on Disciplined Priest. We did see Disciplined Priest get nerfed not too long ago, so maybe that's the reason why. Now, Survival Hunter also making a massive push up. They seem to be the new single target champions or at least getting closer to it. Hunter in general is the single target champion right now at marksmanship, but Survival Hunter made a huge move just before the changes that came in this week, moving up 13 spots. That's right, 13 spots on the charts here, and that is the biggest move of the week. The only ones that moved down were just slight moves. Frost was a 6 mover down. Affliction Warlock 5 spots down. Those were the big movers down, but the biggest mover by far up was Survival Hunter getting a big boost its DPS. And right now, a lot of people are playing Hunter. That's right, 9.7% of the player base are playing Hunter. Paladins, we talked about them. Everyone loves them. The most played class in the game right now with 12.3% of the player base playing Paladins right now. Playing Paladins? That's a tongue twister. Druids, 10.7%. And then it starts to fall off down there. Evoker, sitting at 3.5%. You know, it's a single race, single class, so that's kind of expected. Rogues, though, way lower than I expected. Only 4.4% of the player base playing Rogues right now. That's insane. They're one of like the core DPS classes to me in this game. So for them to be that low just means they're probably not in the best spot right now. And then you got your mid-tiers, Mage Priest, Demon Hunter, Death Knight, of course, the hero classes and all that. So interesting numbers here. Interestingly enough, on top of that, we got some changes, right? So the changes hit this week, and we don't have the exact numbers yet, but we did have good estimates of what those changes have done so far in the game. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's another video I dropped about all of the class tweaking that happened this week. Well, these are the estimated changes here. So Arcane has moved up into S tier along with Fire Mage. So Mage is doing really good overall. You got your other boys that were already up here, Unholy, Arms Warrior, and Marksmanship sitting in the S tier. By the way, this is for rating. So this tier list is related to rating, if you're wondering. A tier as well. Now we see Frost DK, Demonology Warlock, and Survival Hunter, the biggest mover we said of this last round here. They had a huge boom, 13 spots up, and now they've moved into the A+ tier of DPS classes here in Liberation of Undermine. Also up, Feral Druid, Furry Warriors, Elemental Shaman, Destro Warlock, and Balanced Druids all moved up into A tier, while previously in the A+ tier, Affliction Warlock is down, Havoc Demon Hunter, and Shadow Priest down from A tier into B. Augmentation Evoker still sitting at the bottom, even though we saw them get a 15% boost to their entire armoire, right? Everything about them got boosted by 15%, and still really it only really showed up as a 5% boost to their damage, so they're still sitting down there at the C tier. It's good to bring at least one to buff the raid, but besides that, augmentation still not really playable in the game. Interesting stuff. We'll see when these numbers finally come out, probably next week sometime after a week has passed, of where everyone's really shaken out, but interesting estimates here. Holy Paladin moving into the meta, and Survival Hunter moving way up on the charts. That is all in terms of news.